Nigeria will never see me. I'm sure it's a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture. But what do you mean there was a fatal car crash where 2 people lost their lives? Okay. Involving Anthony Joshua. He didn't die. He's not one of the people that died. A very powerful man, very famous Nigerian boxer who just won like $100 million in a fight. And he had to be helped out of a car by regular pedestrians. Okay, cool. But then he was allegedly put in a police car because there's no ambulance. What the hell is going on? Nigerians always talking about how they got so much money, how they're not dirt poor, this, that, and the third. They always flexing they G-Wagons, they Lamborghinis. Why don't y'all have proper medical care? What is going on? I know it might be a little corrupt over there, but what the hell? You can't have medical attention for Anthony Joshua? He allegedly had to be flown back to the UK because y'all don't have proper medical care? What is going on? I'm sure y'all have a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture, but hell no, don't nobody need to be going over there.
And they paid him so much. You notice, say, when in there for that place, no single ambulance. I don't see any ambulance. I don't know if ambulance eventually reached there, but everybody did there. No ambulance. Now, human beings, street boys, the poor people of Nigeria. Because I dey tell you now, say, now poor people, they make this country work. Without the love in the heart of poor Nigerians, the poor people, the love of very few, the love of the poor. Now they make this country be like, say, one thing, do two things. If the poor people of Nigeria behave the same way the rich people of Nigeria behave, there will be no Nigeria in 48 hours. I repeat, if the poor people of Nigeria behave the way the rich people of Nigeria behave, there will be no Nigeria in 48 hours.
So here's what we know about the devastating car crash that claimed the lives of Anthony Joshua's 2 closest friends and the wild conspiracy theories that followed. Fresh details are emerging about this tragic incident, and some of the reactions online have been absolutely insane.
And this is the problem. Look, he's one of the most rich and famous Nigerian athletes in the world. He goes and visits his home country. He gets in a fatal car crash where 2 of his friends are splayed out right next to him. And there's no police coming. There's no ambulance there. Not only there's no help, he's struggling to get out of the car. Like nobody's getting a gurney, or you call a stretcher. Nobody's help. They take out their phones and they start recording him. His countrymen, right? No, he's clearly he's in agony, and this is one of the lowest moments of his life. And they just start filming and recording him. And I know Speed just started his Africa tour right now. I like to stream today. I watched that stream. He's in Angola. But this is the reality of a lot of these third world countries. It's very similar to Haiti. I've been going to Haiti every year for Christmas my whole life, and it looks like Nigeria is very similar.
The heartbreaking story gets worse when you see the timeline. New footage captured Joshua and his crew landing at a Nigerian airport where this untrained driver was already waiting. Here's the problem. This guy had 0 professional driving experience and was just some local hire. They put everyone in this armored Lexus SUV, which should have been safer, but speed became the killer factor. Reports say the driver was flying down the road, tried to pass another vehicle, and slammed straight into a parked truck. The crash was so brutal that Senegami and Latifi Odeli, who were up front, died on impact. Joshua was knocked unconscious for 10 minutes from his backseat position. Pure luck kept him alive. If he'd been sitting anywhere else, we might be talking about 3 deaths instead of 2.
And with the death thing, I don't know, I just look at life and I'm just like, man, it's crazy. Like all of this stuff here, believe it or not, is a big distraction in my opinion, because in the grand scheme of things, like everything that I chase and everything that I want to own to make me feel relevant on this earth is not so important, because I can't take it with me. That's what's guaranteed is death. All that's going to be important is kind of like just living to the best of our capability. Ain't it mad how fast life will go? We'll be old, and one day all that will matter is living to the best of our capability. Like, I went to see my granddad the other day, and he's very old now. And I was just thinking, like, all that matters to him probably is who's looking after him at his elderly age, because he can't really look after himself anymore. But it's mad that at one stage in his life, like, going to work was the most important thing ever. And now, to that business, he's nothing because he's too old. And to him, that work relationship he had with his life is nothing. It's not. Whatever you're doing in your lives, we're all gonna die one day. So don't get too caught up in the bullshit and the hype. Live your life while you're here, because you never know what's gonna, like, around. You've got heart attacks, disease, wars. Like, life can just hit you like that. So try and enjoy every day. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get too caught up in the bullshit.
Now here's where things get completely bizarre. The truck driver apparently took off right after the collision, and authorities are still hunting for him. Meanwhile, the Lexus driver walked away from the hospital and might face reckless driving charges. But that's not even the craziest part of this story.
Quick video this morning on the AJ crash. AJ, you've got a guardian angel, my friend. God has his arms wrapped around you then. Condolences to the deceased. So terrible, young people. It just goes to show you, it's a stark reminder, but people, you've got to start paying attention. When driving a vehicle, you've got to be on clock at all times in a sound mind. Please don't drink. When you think it's all right, it's not. Please don't drug. When you think you can, you can't. It's a stark reminder that life's most fragile when you're enjoying yourself at the most. You know, when you're in a good time and you're not thinking and everything's dandy, that's when tragedy can strike. That's when you're most vulnerable. So, may God give the deceased a good bed in heaven, 2 young men. But people have to wake up and start learning and start putting out there to people that you can't drive a vehicle at speed, you can't drink and drive, you can't drug and drive. Not saying any of these boys have been doing that, not at all. I'm just putting it out there, you know, because it's the time of year, it's Christmas, it's New Year. Now you've got to be careful the most, you know, especially with people walking about. Other people, you know, when you get in a car, you must think of them, be in a sound mind and competent and pay due care attention to everything you do. Again, condolences to the deceased's family. 2 young men should never have happened. AJ, God had his arms wrapped around you tight, you know, because looking at that crash, you're one lucky guy. And I'm pleased you're alive, son. I'm pleased you're alive. God bless you. People, take care and have an happy new year if you can.
Bryce Mitchell decided to drop the most unhinged conspiracy theory you've ever heard. This guy actually posted on social media claiming Jake Paul orchestrated the whole thing. Mitchell's theory goes like this. He made a video 9 days before Joshua was supposed to fight Paul, warning that if Joshua didn't throw the fight, Paul would either kill him or murder his best friends. The timing freaked people out because that's exactly what happened days later.
Look, Michael Morales, I knew I was talking about, you know, the booty warriors and stuff like that, but you ain't have to straight up become one, dog. I mean, I understand, like, the booty warrior takeover is real, but you ain't got to become one to beat one. I hope you know that. But, yeah, man, I don't know if this is just tradition now, right? A lot of these people say, you know, it's a tradition down in, you know, Ecuador, and this is what they do, right? I don't know what's the story behind it. I don't know the history behind it, but that's just, they say it's tradition. But it looked like you just having a little too much fun out there. You out there twerking, twirling, you know what I'm saying? Throwing your hip like, nah, man. But yet again, the new year is approaching. And I just want to be honest with y'all. A lot of people say a new year, new me. Nah, that's always been you. And you need to go ahead and continue to be who you are 2026. Stand firm in what you do. Stand firm in who you are. And be proud of it, right? Michael Morales, go ahead and wear them dresses at the press conference. Go ahead and wear them dresses at the weigh-in. You a streetwalker, dog. We knew this for a while now. But for real, you might become a bigger star because of it. So this is my message, not just to Michael Morales, but to anybody watching. In this new year, be who you are. Don't try to change. Accept that you are what you is, and everything will be okay. Life will be so much easier to accept if you just accept who you are inside. And that is my message here for 2026. See y'all in the new year.
Social media exploded with people asking if Mitchell was serious or just completely lost his mind. One fan wrote back saying Jake Paul somehow made it all the way to rural Nigeria to cause a car crash, which sounds absolutely ridiculous when you think about bad roads and local driving habits. Others called it the most insensitive conspiracy theory they'd ever seen, but then some people started connecting dots that probably don't exist, pointing out what happened to other Paul opponents. Nate Robinson disappeared, Ben Askren nearly died, Tyron Woodley went broke, Tommy Fury's relationship fell apart. Even Paulo Costa jumped in and shared the theory, saying Paul had crossed the line.
I feel like I'm Ow! Wait! Am I gonna eat shit? I can't believe it.
Check! The Black Fort to New Year's Eve! Are you so ready?
Let's do that, all of us do it.
Hugo, happy Marcos, bravo! Sen sole. Don't be scared. What do you? Waqtan guri davlıyor. Waqtan guri. Sen sole, what do you? What? Hugo, Sakartvelos.
Yalmacın.
Schengen sole. Hello.
¿Tienes vino?
Who is she? She's your friend?
Let's go!
Opa! Yılan sağlık. Arkadaşlar, Happy New Year. Arkadaşlar, yılan sağlık. I'm gonna eat this. Watch this. Let's go.
Let's go.
España, Madrid.
Vamos. ესენი როგორ ხმაურობენ?
The media coverage made everything worse. People noticed that Daily Mail deleted their original tweet about the crash while keeping the article online. The story focused on whether Joshua's boxing career was finished and if his £100 million fight with Tyson Fury could still happen. That shift from human tragedy to business speculation really rubbed people the wrong way.
Buying one when this came out, we didn't sell them. We only had so few of them. And he's like the ultimate watchmaker.
But wait, there's another version of events that's gaining traction. An eyewitness who was driving behind Joshua's convoy says they saw the whole thing differently. According to this person, the truck wasn't blocking the road, but was properly parked in a designated area off to the side. They watched the Lexus driving recklessly and thought the driver might have fallen asleep or passed out because there were no potholes or tire problems that would explain losing control like that.
There's going to be no excuses from anyone on the planet. When I beat him,
I have beaten the greatest pound-for-pound fighter on the planet right now. Your excuses are all finished. There's none. Don't look for them. Don't pick on them. I'll beat the #1 pound-for-pound on the planet. I'll beat a champion of the world, and then we can start the aggressive.
as well, like he's not small well.
No, he's a big dude. There's no excuses, none whatsoever. When I beat Islam Makhachev and I win the world title, there will be no excuses from anyone, anywhere on the planet. End of, done. They all look for something. They all want that claim, it was this, it was that. No, it couldn't have been you. It couldn't have been. That Ian's just better than you.
A local pastor even posted video from the crash site showing the road was actually in excellent condition. He said this particular stretch of highway is one of the smoothest in Nigeria, which means driver error was probably the real cause, not infrastructure problems. The online reaction has been a complete mess of emotions and controversy. While many people showed genuine sympathy, others started attacking Nigeria as a country instead of focusing on the human loss. This triggered Nigerian social media users who said those comments were painful and unfair, especially when people were already grieving. One particularly disturbing detail that went viral claimed the victims' bodies were left exposed on the highway while cars drove past, even through pools of blood. Another user criticized Nigerians for filming Joshua right after the crash instead of helping him. Tyson Fury responded by sharing a video of Joshua talking about life and death, adding his thoughts and prayers for Joshua and the families who lost loved ones. John Fury also weighed in with his reaction to the tragic situation. While all this drama was unfolding, UFC fighters were celebrating New Year's Eve in their own unique ways. Michael Morales completely shocked fans by participating in Ecuador's widow tradition, where he dressed up as a grieving woman and danced in the streets. The video went viral instantly, with fans split between loving the cultural celebration and being totally confused by what they were watching. Joaquin Buckley jumped into the comments questioning whether this was really tradition or if Morales was just getting wild with his celebration. In relationship news, Alex Pereira made it official with fellow UFC fighter Tracy Cortez. They spent New Year's Eve together and went public with their romance online. The announcement spread like wildfire after championship rounds, shared photos from Pereira's Instagram showing the happy couple. Fans immediately started joking about Cortez's previous relationship with Brian Ortega, though reports suggest Ortega has moved on and married the mother of his children last year. Armand Tsarukyan showed off his incredible Richard Mille Ferrari watch, worth over $1 million. He posted it as a New Year gift but kept the giver mysterious, just writing a simple thank you to Santa. The timepiece had fans speculating about who could afford such an expensive present. Ian Gary believes his path to shutting down all the critics is crystal clear. He needs to beat Islam Makhachev and claim the world title. That's his strategy for silencing everyone who doubts his abilities. The new year brought messages of hope too, with fighters sharing wishes for love and health, saying these are the most important ingredients for true happiness in life.